is available. So personalized healthcare, reduce hospital readmissions, enhance patient engagement is more important. Another side is operational efficiency. When we are talking about operational efficiency, so entire cost is cut down, resources optimizations, no need to wait for long queue, no need for another reappointment point of view. Improved data accuracy and faster decision making is there. Immediately report is generated. That report can be goes to your mobile. That report can be goes to your email. Even especially we are talking about the Japan. So Japan have installed that machine on the railway stations and another general public places. So people that can do the health checkup themselves. So faster decision making. When we are talking about classification, health monitoring sensors, ultimately this IoT, there are lots of sensor is required for the specific purpose. So health monitoring sensor, there is one sensor is there, contact sensors. Physical contact is required. Another is non-contact sensor is there. So contact sensor, it may be for monitoring and therapeutic sensors point of view. In terms of monitoring, we observe the behavior of the people is there, that is psychological behavior, chemical identification, optical measurement. And in this physical behavior, there is a ECG, EMG, EEG is required. Chemical identification, like person is the lots of walking in the on the road, then sweating too much, glucose point of view or saliva point of view, all this point of view, different type of sensors is required. Optical measurement in therapeutic sensors point of view, medication in simulations is required. So we have different type of sensors, which is like for behavioral monitoring, non-contact sensors, fall, sleep, exercise, anxiety, stress management, depression, um, calorie intake, how much fat intake today you have taken, we can identify eating habits, language development, technology for blinds. So different type of sensors mechanisms is available. And like one snapshot you can see in this diagram is there, where is a IoT based remote patient monitoring system. Lots of devices is connected, laptop, mobile or tab, or you want to connect directly any movable device is there. So that is called your perception layer is there. That perception layer, and one is network layer. Another layer is required application layer. So perception layer has sending some signal that connectivity is arise. For that point of view, you are using multiple type of devices for the connectivity. You are connecting through Wi-Fi, you are connecting through router, or any another device you are connecting. And then finally signal is goes to REST API, MQTT, or COP or customs. And then different type of engines is required, storage is required. There is a particular type of R cloud is there, which is responsible for dedicated to IoT based remote monitoring system. Then you can use for the particular application, like particular application, it may be heart oriented, kidney oriented, or liver oriented, whatever your focus is. So that is your application layer is arised. Let's see how to do it that monitoring system point of view. So there is some components is required. That component is required some devices we need to identify, connectivity, network layer, perception layer, application layer. We need to define our rules engine. So based on that rule, we can say this signal goes to particular which device, which sensor, storage, our cloud is there. So that device is required like ECG monitor, and these devices collect the patient data and transmit it via connectivity protocols is there. Whatever connectivity protocols we are using, like shown in this diagram, that we can be utilize it. Another part is there when we are talking about connectivity, that connectivities includes particular Wi-Fi or cellular connections is there. Advantage of the cellular connection, if internet connection little bit failure, then corresponding some extent it can be worked. So provide the necessary network connection to transmit the data, and that point of view is a good mechanism. We can use the cloud. Network layer, MQTT or COP, we can use it. So correspondingly, particularly we can useful for the sending ECG data in the real-time scenario is there. As we discussed, this perception layer is required initial processing point of view and collect and process the data at the source. And finally, you can go ahead. Air Cloud, which is last one in their cloud platform, which can host the application and services and manage data storage and processing in your cloud environment. So there is some component is required for IoT healthcare monitoring system. Broad categories there is three, which is called sensors. Under this sensor, we have the option different broad category, which is wearable sensor, implants, and external devices. As name indicating, wearable devices is there. So devices worn on the body like fitness band or smartwatches, something like this, which can measure your heart rate, body temperature, or sugar level that can be handled it. Implant point of view, you want to do it, that device should be insert under your skin is there. A small device is implant inside the body is there, like glucose monitor for diabetic. So this type of glucose monitors, other things is required. It may be there are two type of devices which can be from the outside, and one may be under the skin. So that type of glucose monitor for the diabetics, which is a pacemaker for the heart patient, or offer continuous monitoring is there. External devices may be standalone device like blood pressure monitoring or advanced imaging tools can be connected to the internet to send data remotely. So that is important there. That means clinic at home, that type of facility we can generate using these sensors. So data transmit options we can use Wi-Fi, we can use Bluetooth, or we can use cellular approaches there. So it depends on the options are available. We can utilize it. If we want to go for the internet, then only Wi-Fi is the only options is available. So you take decision very carefully, what type of device and what type of network connectivity, which area we have. So it may be for the same type of device, same functionality, but we need different type of connectivities there. That's a variation can become out. Another side, when we are talking about these components, there is another third category, which is called data processing. How data should be processed, how data should be analyzed, and how to take that action. That point of view, there is another category of component, which is called user interface. In data processing is required data aggregation. So before analysis, we need to identify data we are selecting from various sources to provide a comprehensive view of a patient health status is there. So it may be we are using multiple sensor for the same person. So that integration is required for the entire data. That is your data aggregation. And now data after data aggregation, we go for the data analytics. So here we need to go for ML algorithm, different type of advanced ML algorithms is there. We applied to interpret the aggregate data is there for particular. We need to identify any type of anomaly, duplication of the data, data clearance is required. So clear your data is there, anomaly that maybe indicate that some health issues is there. And based on that, we can do the immediate predictive analysis is there. So we need to compare from historical data of last 6 months, last 1 year, or it may be last 1 week, last 1 day. So corresponding that you can do it about future predictions is there. What is your immediately how much chances for the heart attack is there, how much chances for the kidney failure, whatever is a health challenge they are facing it. And to take the actions is there, and analytical report, that's a user interface is required, that point of view, some dashboard is required, alert system or mobile application, whatever your requirement is there, it depends on the resources and desire and seriousness of that. So visual interfaces display real data analytics in an easy to understand format, and healthcare provide a quick access and the patient status. Here under this dashboard, we are providing the visual graph analytics is there. Like traditionally we are used to the dashboard. So entire graph analysis can be do it display on the screen. So that alert systems only notify the healthcare provider, patient about the important health events. So if any deviation is coming from the benchmarking, whatever you have decided some benchmarking, your blood sugar level is this. If it is going greater than this range, then correspondingly some alert should be generated. Uh, that can be achieved. Your simplicity is there about the mobile applications. Even nowadays, particular type of applications are available where you can put your finger on your camera mobile and it can check your blood pressure, it can check your blood sugar level also using your mobile applications. So let us, I repeat, there is a four type of component: sensor, data transmission, data processing, and user interfaces. These four sensors, four type of component is required, all type of IoT based health monitoring system. Let's see broad application of IoT in remote health monitoring when we are calling. Again, these four sensors can be used for a particular three categories is there. All remaining type of application belong to either chronic disease management or second category elderly care or third category is there post-operative care is there, any type of post-surgery point of view. So chronic disease like heart problem is there, kidney, liver, brain issue is there. That can be chronic disease management category, or simply we can use it for glucose monitor or wearable heart rate sensor. We can use it. So correspondingly, where we can focus on the real-time sugar level, smartphones, wearable devices can be used. It. Second category which we are talking about here is elderly care. So GPS system, it may be old age issue is coming that they forget house address is there, they forget their name. These are the general challenges is there. So correspondingly, we can identify. So wearable device that detect fall alert caregivers. So immediately who is the next kin of particular parent is there. So immediately you get the notification father is moving on other roadside, whatever is suppose he's going for walk and he diverted from the normal routine, so immediately you can get the alert message, so it will be help to take care of your parents. So any type of surgery you have done and you want to control, you want to take watch your patient 24 by 7 particular days, so whatever is you set some parameters, so immediately you get the notification on your mobile if something is crossing the benchmarking. So what are the technical standards and protocols used in IoT healthcare devices? So it's very important thing is there if from the industry personal perspective is there, we need to implement some standard and protocols. Like some example, this protocol is called HL7, which is health level 7. Under this health level 7, what we do it, international standard for the exchange, integration, sharing, retrieval of electronic health informations. Sometimes there is a requirement is there, you want to transmit your data from one doctor to another doctor, one hospital to another hospital, especially when VIP cases is there, or these VIP cases, doctors are available on multiple country. Um, so, and multiple locations is there. So you want to transmit your data immediately junior doctor to senior doctor to hospital head. So correspondingly, that can be used it for HL7. This ensure that there is no security breakup is there. There is no ensure that data is not leakage. So HL7 is whatever hierarchy you have defined. Beyond hierarchy, you are not able to send it data to outside. That is the responsibility of this protocol. There is a called is another protocol FHIR, Fast Healthcare Interoperability Resources is there. This is a very challenging task. Still, we are not getting the solution. Still is a research issues, interoperability. As name indicating interoperability, one software to another software compatibility. One device is compatible with another device. That is your interoperability issues there. So standard describing the data formats, elements can be called in general as resources, and API for exchanging the electronic health records. So more agile and faster developments of healthcare applications. So there is a issue is there about the FHIR is dynamic is there because lots of technological advancement is going on because of AI. Every 6 months, your data will become double nowadays is there. So correspondingly, new devices are coming. New devices are not supporting the old devices. So, but if you follow the protocol of fast healthcare interoperability resources, then old devices can support the new devices also. Subject to every device have follow the FHIR protocol. If they have followed the FHIR protocol, then there is no compatibility issues there. So automatically you are you are able to solve your interoperability. Another is protocol is there which is called DCOM. So digital imaging and communication in medicines, which is handling your storing, printing, transmitting information in medical imaging is there. So whatever is we do it radiation point of view, any type of X-ray, ultrasounds can be handled and it can be transmit one device to another there. So this is another facilities there you want to transmit because this imagination, this X-ray department report is too complex in terms of the size, in terms of formatting. So you want to the data can be shared one device to another device, one doctor to another doctor. That point of view, DCOM must be used in your devices is there. Another protocol is there, which is called IEEE 802.515.4 technical standard, which is LRWPENS, so which support your low power, low data rate, and close proximity communications is there. So some extent you can get the solution about data latency point of view, which is ideal for wearable healthcare devices. Another category, data communications point of view, data transmission point of view, Bluetooth low energy is there. As we are aware about this BLE, so that we can use it to solve all your energy efficiency transmission of data between multiple devices. So you are able to communicate through this protocol. There is another category we can say Zigbee. Protocol is there. This Zigbee is offering more reliability and scalable wireless solutions to develop low cost, low power consumption IoT network in healthcare issues is there. So if you have the challenges there about energy efficiency point of view, low cost, low power, then you must be utilize the Zigbee protocols. Normally it happen that all these protocols are exist, but developers, manufacturers are not implementing these protocols. And that's the reason is there some China-made projects are, China-made devices are coming. You'll get the more cheaper prices, but they are not using these standard protocols. Another protocol is there, which is called MQTT. This MQTT is in the telemetry transportation system, which can use it for remote patient monitoring application where data packets must be delivered in terms of reliability and efficiency point of view. Another protocol which is called COP, and this is a similar devices to communicate with wider internet technologies point of view. So resource constraint the entire IoT environment. Here you are using data not only for the patient, for the research also, as well as for the entire hospital statistical analysis point of view. And finally, there is a one protocol is called HIPAA, which is ensure that IoT healthcare devices and application follow the entire compliance and compatibility point of view. So HIPAA is responsible for your data privacy and security. So they ensure that you are not sharing your patient data to unauthorized persons. So what are the challenges and what are the solutions of all those things together? Let's see. So broadly, we have security issues is there. Another side, we have QoS issues. Under security, we have computational intelligence and energy. Another side, the QoS have integration and disease prediction based. When we are talking about that means we can do the two categorization. One is main challenge category like security and QS. Another sub challenge category we can say computational intelligence and energy. As we are aware about CI, computational intelligence, which can be utilized artificial intelligence and machine learning together to enhance the security of IoT healthcare system. And this can involve your data integrity and preventing the unauthorized access together. So fundamentally, under computational intelligence, we are using the concept together about AI and machine learning. And another category is there, which is called under security is energy based. So focusing on optimizing the energy consumption, that energy can be defined in multiple ways in terms of battery, in terms of efficiency. So correspondingly, consumption of the IoT healthcare devices to extend the battery life as well as improve the device efficiencies, time constraint also. So correspondingly, that can be is another important and research issues is there. If anybody want to go for join for the research, you can join for security based or you can join for QS under integration or it may be particular disease oriented. That disease, it may be you can focus on particular heart, you can focus on liver, you can focus on uh, breathing aspect is there, you can focus on brain activity or any type of specific disease oriented. So these challenges, when we are talking these challenges, another thing is there. Purpose of this slide is you can identify your keen interests. If anybody want to extend the research work, PhD work, or master work for the students, or for on your work is there. It may be like you can focus on energy, you can focus on integration, or you can focus on disease predictions, or you can focus on interoperability, or you can focus on regulator compilations point of view, latency and internet. So because whenever you're doing the research at master level, PhD level, you need to identify broad which category you want to focus it. That you need to identify it. Here is another solution we talk is about predictions for IoT in healthcare. What is the predictions is there where we called different aspects and what type of development is there. There is some predictions in healthcare devices, uh, increase adoption of the wearable technologies is there. Like already many people are using the smartwatch. Maybe they attending this session as well as they have attended, they are wearing particular type of smartwatches. So that's a tradition is there that maybe increase all type of wearable technologies where you can get the all type of notification in your from your body that can be transmitted to one place to another to your doctor also. So better patient outcome, reduced healthcare cost through proactive and preventive healthcare. And day by day, this type of devices are increasing. So smartwatches, fitness tracker, or specialized medical wearable, which increase exponentially. So there is a expected is there, whatever is a currently business is there in 2024 and 64 billions USD. And it is expected in 2026 is 94 billion. 64 can be converted to 94 just only 2 years time. So correspondingly, there is a lots of scope is there and integration with the telehealth. So that means IoT healthcare can be integrated with the telephonic health point of view. IoT device will become more integrated with telehealth services. Another side, when we can say about advanced data analytics and machine learning. So there is a research is going on. You can write some paper on integration of advanced data analytics with machine learning something. So every area can be generate about research direction. So here we are providing healthcare provider will be offer personalized and precise treatments, improving the efficiency of the treatments administered. Advantage is coming of these things. You are collecting the runtime data of individual patient Uh, so you are getting the immediately if doctor have the efficiency and desire, they can customize your tablet runtime. Day by day can be customized rather than normally we'll go for the health checkup twice a week or once in a week or once in 15 days. But here, if doctor is very willing and taking the interest, he can customize your tablet based on body responses. Individual body have different type of responses, different lifestyle. So they can customize your treatment day by day. Morning is different, evening is different. Like doctor is coming for the patient inspection when patient is admitted. It may be doctor is coming 2 times in a day. Same thing, it can be do it from the physical distance. So corresponding data, advanced data analytics and machine learning play one important role. Another aspect is there when we call it is enhance patient engagement and compliance. Here, patient is feeling too much attached with the doctor is there. So everything, even on the mobile application, you write some comments is there, and automatically mobile application can take the entire data is there. Mobile application is taking the all type of check. Have you taken these medicines is there or not? So automatically you're getting some notifications, other thing. So doctor is able to check it. Are you following to me or not? IoT in public health monitoring point of view. So public health monitoring and management, especially in the context of epidemic and pandemic responses. So here we can check entire group of people together with single device. So you have installed particular devices at railway station or airports. We can do the monitoring of the group of people is there. So we can get some notification out of this group, how many people are facing some challenges, some behavioral point of view, some type of, here we are talking about overall average of the group is there. So that average basis, we can say it, if we are dealing with public health monitoring. And another aspect is there, we need to implement associate blockchain for security and privacy. So blockchain is responsible, no one is tampering your data is there. So that immutability clause can be applied of the blockchain. So it can be increased, adapted to manage the security privacy concern associated with vast amount of data generated by your IoT devices. So that can be generating the trust in your system. There is some mobile applications are exist. Using these mobile applications, we can identify and these applications are very interesting. It may be uh, some are subscription model, some are free of cost, and some can integrate with other applications. That's the capabilities there. They are providing the API. Using the API, you are developing another mobile application. You want to include particular feature of this mobile applications. You can include that. You can integrate one application to another applications or one application to another desktop applications using the API. Some APIs is exist, which is called DNA and nutritions. So you want to do any type of DNA based health advice and lifestyle recommendations, then it can be, you can utilize it, but its charges basis is there. You do entire deep analysis of your DNA is there. So this name is of mobile application is a generis app. It is introduced the initial version in 2021, and we are expecting the second version should be come out in 2025. Teladoc is there, which is responsible 24 by 7 access doctors via video calls, integrating with health kit for enhanced diagnosis. So like, especially this application, Teladoc is play one important role during the COVID because nurses is also worry during this COVID-19. So through this application, people can approach 24 by 7 to doctors and get the recommendations. Like majority of time during the COVID-19, we are aware that no treatment is exist. People just need the isolations is there. That isolation, but should be under the doctor observations. So that doctor observation point of view, this application become too popular, Teladoc. Another is called BetterHelp. So BetterHelp is from USA 2015. Online counseling and mental health issues is there. So if you have any issues related to depression, any mental health issues is there, that point of view, this help BetterHelp play one important role. Another mobile application which is called Fitbit, which is launched initially in 2019, then upgraded versions are coming many times. So that is available free as well as in application. You want to integrate with some application, that is also possible. That's in-app purchases are there. So this tracks particular activity, sleep, diet, heart rate, and you can entirely synchronize your Fitbit devices. Another application which is called HealthMate. This HealthMate application is introduced in 2012, and fundamentally it focuses different type of health metrics when paired with the within devices is there. Fundamentally, HealthMate is play one important role for the females, and especially for your uterus issues is there. More expertise about this HealthMate is about uterus issues is there. Or monthly menstruation cycle, other things can be observed very carefully. My Sugar, this is another application, as name indicating My Sugar, that is your diabetic management application that can control your monitoring from morning without fasting and PP after the food also, nighttime also. So there is a both model is available, which is a free as well as subscription model. Free feature is provided some limited options, and free option is not storing your more than 3 days history. If you want to store more than 3 days history, you need to go for subscription model. There is another health app. This is another application pre-installed on IOC devices. Normally, this iPhone is inbuilt application is available, Apple Health. So that is free. You can integrate with multiple IoT devices to monitor your health metrics. So iPhone user can avail this facility by default. Samsung Health, which is Samsung Electronics of South Korea, which is pre-installed on Samsung devices. So also we can utilize it, but sometimes we are not aware about these Apple and Samsung devices. We are not utilizing. Another is there, which is called Pillow Automatic Sleep Tracker. So any type of challenge is coming about sleep tracking, then you can utilize this Pillow Health Automatic Sleepover Tracker. There is another application which is called Vivify, and under this Vivify, you can do the remote patient monitoring, telehealth services, and this is available in terms of subscription model. Proper Health, as name indicating, Proper Health, it is mainly focused on if you have asthma or COPD, then this is the best application. You can utilize the free. Again, free is have the capabilities there uh, for limited history as well as device cost need to additionally need to apply it. So they are providing the two model is there. You need to take additional device or you maybe integrate with your mobile. So overall, we are focusing on three type of model is there. Internet of wearable technology point of view. Either it may be wearable body area sensors, or then it should be connected with the internet connected gateway. Then finally need to it goes to your cloud or big data support is there. So you collected your data, you transmitted your data is there, and finally you do the storage of data in the cloud and do your data analytics point of view. When we are talking about this wearable sensor, we need to think about it is a health node or it is a safe node that need to identify under your wearable sensor. You are transmitting your data is there, that point of view, cloud connection is computing, local server under your IoT gateway. Once your I2 gateway is transmitting data, then you need to come out with the local server, where is the data storage, cloud server, or user interfaces should be identified. So here, when we are talking about there is a requirement is coming about different applications point of view, different type of sensors are available, like cardiac monitoring system, ECG sensor, particular this number is available, glucose monitoring, this number is available. You want to send your data is there, load point of view, strain gauge, load cell is available, temperature, body temperature, then this type of sensor available. Respiratory, your breathing issues is there, then airflow sensor are available, touch GSR sensor are available. So entire data supporting thing is available and it's easy to build this type of projects. Another thing we called is advanced wearable devices for remote health care monitoring point of view. So what is expected in terms of advanced wearable devices? We are talking about Fitbit uh, for remote health monitoring point of view. And there is a, we have shown this table is their wearable device, manufacturer and price point of view. What are their functionality, use cases? We are very used to with the Fitbit point of view. And a number of students nowadays during their schooling, they are using this smart point of view. So advanced health watch, which that track your heart rate, stress management. So you can identify how much you are stressing today compared to yesterday or particular situation, you need to identify a particular type of stress. It may be you're feeling the stress when you're interacting with your supervisor, with your boss. So you need to check out compared to tomorrow and any issues arising today. So corresponding you need to compare. I was stressed too much today or I was stressed too much yesterday. So corresponding you can get some ideas there, any type of skin temperature, and you want to identify it. So comprehensive health monitoring, which can do the entire electrodermal activity scan for your stress and heart rhythm, particular type of skin temperature can be identified. Another thing is there, which is called about Apple Watch, which you are very used to. So blood oxygen monitoring can be identified. ECG can be identified and particular type of temperature cache detection can be identified using your Apple Watch. There is another device which is called German Fanic 7. Under this German Fanic 7, there is a focus is coming about blood oxygen saturations point of view, SpO2. Blood oxygen saturation, which can be respiration tracking and sleep score is there. So under this, like lots of people, Garmin Fenix, they are doing the snoring in the sleeping time. So that is the issue is coming that proper blood oxygen saturation is not going. When you are sleeping, blood oxygen saturation is not going, then you are generating the snoring noise during the sleeping. So it may be extreme sports or adventure enthusiastic, needs robust particular type of health is there, then it may be you can go for Garmin Fenix. Another is there which is called Woo 4.0 or it is model is available on the subscription which is approx cost is $30 per month. Next generation devices offering the skin temperature, blood oxygen saturation, SpO2 as well as heart rate variability. So difference is coming on Garmin and Whoop. Garmin is major focus on blood oxygen and health rate, and this is also the same thing is there. But only it more optimization about Whoop is more major focus on performance optimization. That performance optimization is missing in your Garmin Fenix 7. Another option is available. You have Samsung Galaxy smartwatch. So correspondingly, it offers extensive integration with Android phones and enhance the durability for all day wear, including your rigorous activities is there. So you can identify, you can see your heart rate, you can see your ECG, sleeping pattern, how much hours you are sleeping, sound sleep, not only sleeping. There is another device, another mobile application is available, which is called Polar Grid Flex Pro. Under it may be equipped with the heart rate monitoring, sleep plus stages, and nightly recharge recovery measurements can be identified. Another is the Sonoto 9 pick, which is track blood oxygen saturations, sleep quality, and as well as GPS navigations is there. So here is providing you over 80 sports modes is there. So different type of sports activity you're doing, and particular what type of activity they can observe different type of games. So different 80 sports modes are available. Cura Ring Generation 3, this is another application name, which is cost is $299. Enhanced sleep analysis and readiness score. Period predictions is there, and continuous heart rate monitoring is there. So here, when we are talking about period prediction, so especially for the female menstruation cycle, you can get the ideas there. What is the right time for next month or this month about period predictions. So basis pick and basis signs can be identified, uh, which is at this moment is discontinued in 2024 and 25. Track heart rate activity sweet level as a response to stress, but still you can download and you can work out. So these types.
बात करके आपसे अट्रैक्ट भी होगी तो लड़कियां हमसे पर्सनालिटी से बात करने से अट्रैक्ट होती है लड़के फर्स्ट टाइम एक बार अगर आप मे भी आप इस बात को
So this list of expected wearable devices from 2026 to 2030, these devices we are expecting that to come in the market. Like in 2026, we are expecting that next gen health monitoring system, which may be biometric sensors. You just give your fingerprints for predictive health analysis, integration with AI for personalized health insights. So enhanced disease prevention, tailored health interventions is there. So this is the impact we are expecting. So that's why we are talking about this type of devices, and business can be achievable. It may be when we are talking about 64 to reach to 94 is easily possible. So rather than you are going to doctor or you are going for annual health checkup, you can just do it through the device. So that device may be reusable and maybe used by the one person to another persons. So people will buy this device at home, like people nowadays is already purchased the blood pressure apparatus, sugar diabetic apparatus at home. And similarly, people will be buy lots of luxury item, which is called wearable devices. Another thing is there, 2027, we are expecting that smart contact lenses. What do you mean by this smart contact lenses? That means real-time visual health monitoring. So your application have the capability, your device have the capability that can be watch, monitor about runtime. Like, are you reading properly? Are you your sitting sitting angle of your backbone is proper or not? So corresponding that point of view, also we can identify implantable fitness monitor, which we are expecting in 2028, subdermal devices providing continuous health data directly to user smartphone, as well as this can be from the patient as well as doctor's point of view. 2029, this is very more interesting in mood prediction necklaces. So automatically we can identify you are going for your boss meeting, for your principal, for your dean meeting is there. Before that, you can find what is his mood is there. If register one time as a office member or just something, so before going his office, you can identify what is the mood of particular person. This is the right time to ask for leave application. This is the right time for any type of conference or other recommendations. So you can identify. So mental health management, improved emotional well-being can be do it. Another interesting thing is there, which is called regenerative health bands. So this is another interesting part. Amid therapeutic signals or substances that promote cellular regeneration. Cellular regeneration, it may be related to your especially this can be used with particular type of diseases there, which is cellular regeneration in your eyes, where people are not able to lose their vision with the age of they reach 25, 27, they lose their vision is there. That type of disease is there that can be excellent useful for regenerative health bands. So by 2030, so automatically you know it, my problem is arising in my eyes. If same problem can be identified by the age of 15, then correspondingly is easy to control. There is some simulators. Number of persons is facing the challenges during the what we called is during the research. What type of simulator we can use it? How to analyze it? Suppose you have downloaded your data is there from kaggle.com. Advantage of this under this IoT based health monitoring system, if you want to do the research in this area, you can utilize the secondary data and you can give the reference under your SCI publications. Then editors are ready to consider. So correspondingly, that can be identified. What type of simulators we can use it? There is some simulator is available which is called NS3. Most probably you are used to with this simulator. It can be used for wire or wireless devices point of view to evaluate the performance and behavior in the complex network environment. Another is there which is called Omnet Plus Plus. So that's the extensive modular component based C++ simulation for the library and framework for building network simulators is there. Another thing is there Kuja, COOJ, Kuja. Until this, uh, there is a particular type of operating system is available, which is called Contiki. So under this Contiki, developer have introduced this simulator, which is maybe use it for allow simulations for wireless sensor network, including your IoT devices. Another simulator name is there, IoT Sim, is more dedicated for research communities there. Under the simulator for modeling and simulations of cloud computing environment as well as resource provisioning algorithms. So entire type of it support different type of machine learning AI algorithm as well as it support your cloud computing environment. You can utilize it. Another application is there which is a name is the one. So under this it can simulate with the delay to tolerant network is there like any type of network delay or any type of internet speed issues coming, then you can utilize this one. So here we can test the data transmission capability, resilience of IoT capabilities is there, can be utilized for this. Another thing is there which is called IoT SIM. Under this IoT SIM, we can use it for modeling simulation of cloud computing environment and as well as evaluating the resource provisioning algorithm for IoT applications. So these different applications are available. So MATLAB Simulink, you can use it under the MathWorks and NetSim, you can use it under the this developer TEDCOS. So under this TEDCOS is just saying that network simulator that provide an end-to-end system level simulations environment. Let's see uh, what are the future research directions for IoT healthcare devices as on 2025. In terms of different research areas, again, here you can choose a particular type of problem statement for your PhD, for your master point of view, very close specific healthcare monitoring point of view. So there is a new type of sensors development is required, which can be develop advanced sensor capability of monitoring wider range of psychological signal with higher accuracy and less invasiveness. So fundamentally, we are expecting that detection of the health issues and condition as soon as possible, well in advance. Improvement of battery life. All IoT devices are facing the challenges about the battery life. Either batteries, uh, if somehow any water drop is going, then battery life is down or completely shut down, or it may be that battery need to change time to time. So these are the another issue. Machine learning algorithm, always machine learning algorithm is talking about in terms of uh, how much data supported, data capability. Second thing is about efficiency and effectiveness. So different type of algorithms is required which can support in terms of efficiency and effectiveness. Disease prediction model, there is a all IoT devices still is not cover all type of diseases. So more specializations, disease prediction model is required where we can do every type of diseases is there in your body is there, like lungs infections, particularly lungs blood clot, especially lungs blood clot. No device is available IoT in terms of. So if someone want to do it, if any blood clot is there in the lungs, that is undefined problem at this moment. So data privacy and security point of view, we can say is exploring a new methodology, technology to enhance the privacy security of healthcare data that can be stored on multiple devices is there. This is another evergreen problem is there about data privacy and security. Always we can improve the security, improve the privacy, but we can't say that it's 100% this problem is resolved. So this is, we can say it's 100% evergreen problem. Multi-sensors data fusion. So when we are investigating particular type of integration and interpretation of data from multiple sensors, different sources to provide a more comprehensive understanding of patient health. So multiple sensor data fusion cloud improve the diagnostic accuracy and enhance the monitoring of complex chronic conditions. When patient like especially if any patient have the cancer disease and this cancer disease in the stage 4, then cancerous cells are spreading in the multiple organs like brain, heart, kidney, liver. So correspondingly, these cancer is spreading the different organs of your body is there. That type of multi-sensor data fusion is not too much developed at this moment. Wearable devices usability, there is a requirement is there, wearable device. So enhancement design usability of wearable devices to ensure it should be more user friendly, more in terms of usability point of view. People feel more comfortable and people feel the confidence, yes, I can use it. And another evergreen issue is there about regulatory and compliance issues is there. Always whatever device you are developing, whatever theoretical model you are developing, then it should be take the regulatory and compliance approval. Let's talk about some case studies. We are used to, we have faced lots of health challenges, home to home, country to country is there about COVID-19. We need some oximeter is there. We need some pulse oximeter is there. One is traditional oximeter is required. You can measure your oxygen level, but it not transmitting your data to other places. And this device is a pulse oximeter is there, which can transmit your data to your doctor is there. So that's a concept is coming in your COVID-19. So you are using particular type of sensors, particular transmissions is there, and finally data goes to your cloud platform. So whatever you are using particular type of users or stakeholders, that data is transmitting to the particular cloud to your stakeholders. So let's take a case study point of view. There is a pulse oximeter and cloud platforms. So here we are talking about IoT enabled pulse oximeters monitor the blood oxygen level at home and COVID-19 patients. So how it will work together? So patient measure the oxygen saturation daily and data was immediately transmitted to the cloud in real time and was sent to the healthcare providers. The oxygen level dropped below the critical situations is there. That notification is going. So what's the result is there? Early detection of severe symptoms and timely notification going to the hospital and doctors and caretakers can take appropriate notification timely. There's a health, another case study is available, which is called IoT remote health monitoring system in chronic disease management. which is the Philips Healthcare Health Suite platform is available. So you can download the application of the Philips Healthcare Health Suite platform where you can buy some Philips devices, and based on that devices you can configure it, especially focusing on kidney, heart, liver, and brain point of view. So you have patient wear particular type of Philips device, that data is transmitted and goes to your doctor is there, and doctor have given particular diagnosis, and correspondingly it can be executed. Another side is there, patient your heart rate and monitoring the particular sensor is there, that data goes to your cloud, and cloud it can be storage, and after the storage you do some analytics, and that analytics goes to again cloud, and cloud to your doctor is there. So you have the patient, which is a blood pressure sensor or what type of different sensor you can apply it. So that sensor is implemented, then data is transmitted to your cloud. Again, we follow this cycle is there. Once you follow the cycle of the cloud, data is entered in the cloud is there, then cosmic real-time alert and health reports is going on. And corresponding, so you are able to take as a caretaker, you are able to take your watch entire thing in your mobile application. This is the indication of the mobile applications. So under this Philips Health Suite platform is ensuring that IoT to monitor the chronic condition like heart disease or diabetics. It integrate your wearable devices or cloud analytics or real-time alert to enable the proactive healthcare. Like some implementations point of view, 67-year-old heart rate failure patient in Texas was monitored using Philips biosensors, and system detected an abnormal heart rate. So before patient is getting the heartache is there, any abnormality is arising, you can get the notification, and as a government or as an individual caretaker can take the uh, immediate action is there. So overall, based on this, Philips is claiming that overall heart rate is decreased using the installation of this device. So that's why annual cost saving of $2,000 per patients. So there is no need for readmission for the heart patient um, care point of view. This thing is more promoted by the insurance agencies, is the health insurance agencies. Health insurance agencies giving the more funds, and they are ready to fund any type of projects under this category, because their idea is there, they can motivate, they can guide to people is there, they can invest in the devices, and when you invest in the devices, less hospitalizations is there, and less or no hospitalizations, and correspondingly patient can take on treatment. So finally, key insights point of view, we can say it, IoT monitoring improve your outcome, reduce your cost, and enhance patient engagement. So patient experience is more important is there. Patient is what is the outcome is coming in terms of engagement. Another thing is there, which is called your next case study is called Folk Cloud IoT system for diabetic management. So uh, dedicated for your IoT and cloud point of view, for computing point of view. So when we are talking about like connected home, emergency services, a smart hospital, body sensor, ingenuable sensor, electronic health record, EHR, remote monitoring. So what type of sensors, what type of thing is required, we can utilize it fundamentally. Again, three steps. There's a cloud platform is there, and here we are focusing on the fog as well as IoT point of view. Then edge computing can be identified. So your data transmitted one place to another place is there. And the entire body sensors is there, which can track their blood sugar level, transmit data via edge computing, and real-time analysis can be do it. So what's the workflow under this device? We are talking about, right, handle this scenario challenges. We follow the workflow in terms of is a gateway, which is the sensor, measure the entire glucose level and send data to the nearby folk devices, like either using cellular, Bluetooth, or Wi-Fi. Folk nodes can be identified. Similarly, cloud platform, you need to identify which type of cloud we want to consider it. So reduce latency in your emergency responses 40%, and intervention prevented complication in 78% of the high risk cases, and improve your overall treatment customization using long-term analytics. This is a claim is given by this what is called as a full cloud IoT system for diabetic management. There is another popular case study is available, which is called GOQII, Jokai's IoT-based remote health monitoring. Especially this health monitoring is developed from India, and get the complete health ecosystem. 3 months personal coaching subscription is available. It is ISO certified. So here you get under this IoT-based remote health monitoring certified healthcare coaches. They are claiming that we have resident doctors, live workout classes, yoga practices, and other things. And digital health locker is there. All your document past history, patient data is available here, which is secured. If any health issues are arising, then only it can be accessed by particular doctors is there, but in the routine is not available. Normally it happen that if patient is getting some heart attack is there, then doctors don't have any history, case history for the patients. I don't know. For it may be you are traveling or it may be going somewhere. So you're going to hospital and now challenge is coming that how they know it. Even sometimes people don't know who is your patient is there, what's the name of the patient. So that's why blockchain system is arising, which is called electronic health record EHR. One project is required where everyone can access the entire record of others. But that's a condition should be imposed it if any challenge is arising, patient is unconscious and patient is not able to confirm it, only that condition you can access it, not for the research point of view. So under this application monitoring, which is a entire Indian fitness technology company which offer a comprehensive health ecosystem which can combine your wearable devices with personalized coaching is there. So wearable devices as to customize based on the individuality point of view. So what is the implementation? We need to implement your wearable devices, data transmission, personalized coaching, and health local point of view. So what is the outcome is coming? We are getting about enhanced health awareness system where you can report increased awareness leading to proactive lifestyle changes is there. Here, when we are talking about lifestyle challenges, this lifestyle is not covering only terms of how we are sleeping, eating, exercises, even it need to cover about your thought processes there. How much we are feeling if someone is criticizing, someone is telling us negative thing is there, or during the gossip, you are getting the on customized statement is there. Then corresponding you are feeling health or sad, that can be identified under this enhanced health awareness point of view. Scalable health monitoring that can be extended to other devices that can be extended another month or another time period point of view, another devices point of view. So you can integrate with another healthcare services. So that's why they are providing the integration of the multiple services. So finally product is more useful is this. There is another case study is the going for faculty development program at IIT Madras, which is Smart Manufacturing IIT Madras in collaboration with Texas University. They are doing about uh, IIT Madras in collaboration, which is pack the industry expert in terms of, and they have involved particular type of IITs, PhD and master's students, but they are focusing on the manufacturing. When we are talking about the manufacturing, that means IoT device point of view, we are talking about manufacturing. What they have done, they have introduced the concept of TLC, Teaching Learning Center, to enhance the faculty teaching methodologies and improve the educational outcomes. So that is connected with your teaching methodology, specifically focusing on IoT or wearable devices. And overall, what is the final key insights is there under this structured faculty development program, which is supported by international collaboration and improve the teaching effectiveness in higher education. So overall, we are moving towards the conclusion of the session is there. In terms of conclusion point of view, there is a summary of the session we can say is we have explored the transformative impact of IoT in healthcare, and we discussed different type of sensor devices and how to integrate operability, interoperability point of view. These are the major challenges, and we focus about technical standard, future research direction, or latest development in wearable technology. Another side, this road had to giving the lots of opportunity. Whatever the challenges today, that's an opportunity for the tomorrow. That point of view, there's a ongoing innovation pulse to further enhancement patient outcome. We can streamline the entire day-to-day activities of patients. That's a streamline operations we can identify, and that's a time is there to take the action is there. For researcher and developer point of view, deeper into the areas which we can identify particular future research. Every researcher need to identify one specific topic where you can explore for self-research, or it may be you can explore for your master or PhD students. And from the healthcare professionals point of view, they must be informed about the latest IoT advancements. What's the future is there? It may be they can develop more advanced wearable devices. And from the policy maker point of view, when we are talking about data security, HIPAA standard point of view, the corresponding data privacy and patient safety, privacy security point of view is major important part is there. So that is all about conclusion, and overall session is ending from my side. If you have any query, doubts is there, discussions, we can do it. You can note down my email if you want to reach to by email, that is also welcome. So you can raise your concern, other things, collaborations through the email also. So that is all about for today's session. I hope you get a little bit information where you can target further, explore the new opportunities under this IoT healthcare challenges point of view. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Audience, do you have any queries, please?
Maybe people are going for this is the time for the dinner actually in India. Anyway, no issue. Uh, please share the email ID if someone have the doubt is there. We can connect on email, other things.
Thank you, sir. The session was very useful. And then I have one question, sir.
Yes, please.
Yes, we have developed an electrode, ECG electrode using a GNR, the material side. And we got the good efficiency with respect to that. And also we have designed a 3-lead ECG system along with that electrode. And we have done the IoT experiment with respect to that also. We are able to do the experiment with 3-lead ECG system. And we wanted to confirm that our system is perfect for all the weather conditions and other things. How to proceed further?
We need to identify particular type of simulator for this, which can give the perfections. I am not the expert in this hardware side, so but there is a possibilities there. We can identify a particular simulator and pattern can be observed.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Thanks.
Oh, hi.
Thanks for your query.
You can connect with me for support actually. This is Chandra. You can connect with me.
Okay, sir.
Sir, another participant, job increased, he posted in the chart. Is there any point of care devices available for kidney diseases?
Yes, yes. We need to identify a particular type of sensors. That sensor number we need to identify. There is a lots of sensors are available, and there is a analytics reports are available. We need to explore that, but it's very difficult to specify a particular type of sensor name.
I think no more questions, sir. So thank you
Okay.
very much, Goel, sir. So even though it is late for you, I think it is 10 o'clock.
Yes,
Sorry.
yes.
Yeah,
No
thank you for
worry, no worry.
sir. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Dr.
Thank you.
Budati, and thanks to all participants. Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Dear participants, next session will be start by 7:30. 5 minutes is the break.
Good evening, Anil sir.
Yeah, good evening, ma'am.
Sir, in my laptop it is not connecting, sir. I request
Okay,
you to play the slide, sir.
okay, ma'am. Okay. Ma'am, is screen is shared, madam. Please check once.
I'll just. I'm not able to see, sir. Uh, I'm not able to see here. Sir, I'm not able to see, sir, on the this thing. Hello, Anil sir.
Yes, ma'am. I'm
I'm not
checking.
able to. I'm not able to see.
Now you can check, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm able to see.
Okay. We'll start the session, ma'am.
Okay, sir.
Dear participants, day 5 second session is so data security and standards for the telehealth industry. So this session is taken by the Dr. Mamta Samson. So before going to start, I want to give a few introduction about of the our today's speaker. So Dr. Mamta Samson holds a PhD from IIIT Hyderabad, an MS from BITS Pilani, and a bachelor's degree from Mysore University. She has published extensively in international journals and conferences. Her work includes a project funded by the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India. She is a life member of the Institution of Engineers and the Indian Society for Technical Education. She is now working as a professor in NMR Hyderabad, India. Yeah, ma'am, please take over the session.
Thank you, Dr. Anil, sir, for introducing me and giving me this opportunity. As we look into this topic, data security and standards for telehealth industry. So, can I request to go to the next slide? These are the contents I'll be discussing. Actually, this topic is quite a huge topic, but within the time frame, we will concentrate on only few important things. So first one, we will discuss about introduction to telehealth and importance of data security, key challenges, regulatory standards, cyber security measures, and solutions. So some case studies links also I have included for your further takeaway. First, what is telehealth? So as we see nowadays, especially after COVID, health facilities started online. People started consulting doctors online. They started getting opinions online, and they started looking into online support for taking some kind of measures of immunity. Whole thing started in a very vigorous way after COVID. So in the definition, we see the use of technology to deliver healthcare remotely is called telehealth. So I hope you would have had very good sessions on this topic earlier using IoT, how it is provided and all that. So here basically video consultations come into picture. Even if the doctor is not present in the physically in that particular location, via video consultations can happen with the specialist. So video conferences are a must most of the times whenever a specialist is need to be consulted. And of course, remote monitoring is essential for the patient health records so that the consultation can be done effectively. So remote monitoring in the sense the all the health records should be available, if not live, if not in real time, at least day to day, or whenever the disease condition is existing and it is being monitored, the records should be available to the consultant in remote place, in a other city or another place. So next, online prescriptions will happen. The doctor will give whatever prescription online. It won't be kind of the paper prescription what he is to give generally whenever we consult in a hospital or a clinic. So all these things come in via virtual methods. So the patient will meet the doctor via virtual method, and the doctor will also not be seeing the patient physically, but all happens virtually. So here There are several terms that come into picture: telemedicine, e-health, m-health. So most of these things correlate with each other. If you are prescribing medicine online or virtually, that comes under telemedicine. And e-health also refers to by online methods. If the health is being monitored, if you are sending the records online, all this, if it is being monitored, that will be covered under e-health. And mobile health comes under, um, if you are able to provide mobile hospitals, or if you are able to care for patients in a mobile setup, then that kind of setup will come under mobile health. So all this will come under telehealth, whether you are treating the patient remotely, or whether you are monitoring the health of the patient remotely, or you are going by mobile methods. If you are able to reach the patient or bring the patient and treat the patient, sometimes, while the patient is being taken to the hospital online, the data will be continuously sent to the doctor, so that he will be prepared to treat the patient as and when the patient comes by mobile ambulance, so that the treatment can be given quickly. There is no waste of time. So even that also can be covered as telehealth only. So though doctor may meet the patient in short time, since the records are already being real time sent, it also can come under telehealth. So telehealth nowadays has become very important aspect. Why? Because now not only the specialists are concentrated in the cities, and the patients are spread out remotely in the countries. Even in developed countries like America, this problem is there. Patients are in remote places, doctors are mostly situated in the cities. That is one issue. The other issue is in situations like COVID and other patient cannot meet the doctor physically. That is another situation what happens. So we should be mentally and physically prepared, and we should have proper setup to face this kind of situation. And telehealth is not a luxury now, it is a kind of necessity. As and when we progress, and as and when we go into the new era. So can I request to change the slide? Yeah. Role of data in telehealth. So, sorry, role of data in telehealth. What do we understand by data? If we think of data can be anything which can be representing a measured parameter, physical quantity. If you are able to measure a physical quantity and represent that, that will become a data. It can be the temperature of a person. It can be BP of a person. It can be X-ray image of a person. It can be CT scan of a person. It can be pulse reading. Whatever it is, all this will comprise of data in telehealth. So that means previous slide, please. That means the formats of data also will vary. Okay, it can be only integer. If you are measuring the temperature and sending, that can be only integer. But if you are measuring X-rays, you have to send it in the form of images. If you are trying to monitor the parameters live real time, maybe you have to send it in the form of video. So all this will have different formats, but it all will be covered under data only. So here, the data takes important aspect. Why? Because we are giving personalized care to the patients, and every patient has different parameters, different values, and therefore it cannot be mixed up. The values of the patient readings, health records, cannot be mixed up with another patient health records. It creates chaos. I mean, it will create a lot of confusion. So it is very important that we need to give care for sending the data in a proper way, secured way. And the decision is taken based on the data received. The decisions can be whether the patient needs an operation, whether the patient needs a blood transfusion, what is the blood group. Just a small change in the letter AB or B positive, B negative can cause a lot of change. If you type B instead of writing B positive, if you just write B also, that makes confusion. So every small letter will matter here. So the data becomes very important. You should be worried about how the data is being sent, how it is secured. Small changes in these values will create a lot of confusion and will create a lot of problems to the patient which is being who is being treated. Please, next slide. So here, now we are dealing with data security. Why is this security has become a problem now? Why is it? It is because of many reasons. It is because of many reasons. The security aspects will come into picture because of the failure in the communication links, data breaches, the hacking that is taking place, various other online activities which are detrimental that are happening can cause problems to the data. So we need to be worried about data security. So healthcare security focuses on protecting the data, protecting the computers and the networks that healthcare providers and the companies use. So here, the patient information is very sensitive. You may ask why it is so sensitive, ma'am. Is it like so much sensitive because the patient doesn't want other person to know his health record? Yes, that is one important thing. Every person's health record is a very private data. And also, if a person is insured, there is money also involved. Not just 1 or 2,000, can be lakhs. So money is also involved. And you should know that if insurance is purchased, on certain conditions only they'll give the money later. If a person has some kind of symptoms earlier, doesn't declare it, and then takes an insurance, then later if he tries to claim insurance, then it will not be given. So they need data to prove that, yes, he had earlier this problem. It is not just occurred now. It has been prevalent earlier. So the insurance company will have to have proper data with them to prove that. And even the person has to prove that, no, the condition has occurred now, was not existing before. So the data takes a very important role there. In either case, the data takes important role there. So protection of the data, what is being given to the company, insurance company, and what is being stored by the patient side and the insurance office side will be very, very important. And if we maintain the proper, what do you say, protection, then it builds trust between the patient and the healthcare providers and the insurance companies and so on. And here, healthcare providers should be, neutral. They should not try to do any kind of manipulation of the data either way, from the patient side or from the company side. So of course, the health providers will always remain neutral. And as you know, this is very important. Protecting this data is also important. Now comes various rules and regulations, legal aspects. So this uh, data should be protected so that we we comply with the existing legal system. So any kind of financial losses from the breaches should be considered. If at all, if any loss occurs, then who is responsible for it? All these things will become very important, and therefore the legal system also will have to worry about this. Next slide, please. So how does this take a risk? I mean, why this happens? The data, how it get destroyed, or how it can be affected, how it can change. The risk factors involved are using outdated systems. Suppose in a health sector, the hospitals, they are using old systems, and then they are trying to record the data in a particular format, whereas the verification companies, they use another format. In between, there is kind of miscommunication. There can be confusion. There can be in confusion. And then old systems, if at all any computing systems are used, if there is a hardware problem, suddenly the data can be lost. Whatever patient record may not be of only few months. From the time a child is born, his health record can be preserved in a hospital. So suddenly, if the computer goes down, it's lost, the data is lost, who is responsible for it? We don't have another copy of it. So such a condition can happen if you don't take care of your systems, your storage systems, and all that. So the healthcare sector should worry about this aspect very much. Coming to the email scams and malware scams that are happening can also give rise to this kind of situation. All of us are aware of this type of situations happening. Suddenly, they send some email, you click a link, and so many malware come inside the system, spread, and spoil the whole data. The data is lost. The system hangs, and the data is lost. Who is responsible for this? Who is answerable? A patient, data is lost. The company is supposed to pay money, and even otherwise, even if money is not involved, how the history of the patient is known if the data is lost? And then coming to the hospital sector and the people involved there. Who are the people who involved there? Apart from the doctors and the nurses, there are many employees there and the equipment suppliers who are there. So if you are involving in telehealth, there are multiple things that are involved apart from the systems that are used in the hospitals. You are using measurement equipment, you are transmitting the measured data, and the received data is stored somewhere. So you are having a chain of your network, I mean the chain of systems involved there. So multiple people are also involved there, employees, contractors, vendors who supply these hardware. All these people are involved there. So if anywhere anything goes wrong, the entire system will be affected. Unsecure or poor wireless network. Yes. When you are sending the data, you are making use of wireless networks. Now we have wireless networks of different frequency ranges. All of us know telephone, then WhatsApp, that is through internet, email, and then you have point-to-point communication links. So many types of wireless networks are available. Satellite links. Hmm? multiple wireless networks are available here now. Anywhere the data can be lost, whether through LAN systems or through internet. I request, yeah, there is some background noise. Please, I request all of you to mute. Okay, so mistake happened in any point of the network can affect the data. So how do we have a check on this? That is also point to note. Coming to lack of strong passwords. Yeah, whenever we are using our systems or devices where we need to take care of it, having a private connection, then we are using passwords, yes. But if you are using very easily detectable passwords, then it is of no use. Many of us keep our what phone number itself as password or our name itself as password, things like that. Many of us are doing and creating a lot of issues security wise. Easily your emails, easily your systems can be hacked if you do like that. So it is always advisable to keep a strong password, combinations of alphanumerical values, uh, not directly linked to your name or your parents' name like that. So you should be taking care. These are all risk factors. And then if data is being taken care by people, if they are not properly trained, things, mistakes can happen. Data can be lost or can be compromised. So people who are caring for the data also should be trained. It should be given importance. And failure always leads to what? Losses. Failure always leads to losses. So here, next, please. Next slide. Yeah. So the various challenges are there in the telehealthcare with regard to data security. Data security is an issue generally, but when we consider that, especially in case of telehealth, it matters even more. Why? Because the patient health is involved here, and a lot of money is also involved here. So challenges can occur when the health information is being exchanged from the patient side to the healthcare side, or from healthcare side to the insurance side, wherever it is. When the information is being exchanged, the data can be affected. So via network, internetwork, or via documentation, or wherever, when the data is being exchanged, it can be corrupted. So security issues will come at different stages. And if you are adopting technology, you should be able to adopt it in a proper way. It should not be prone for infiltration. It should not be prone for hacking. It should not be prone for external interference. So you should choose proper technology when you adopt for telehealth data. That is, whenever you choose a particular method to send your data, you should use proper technology. Otherwise, your data can be affected. And then nowadays, hackers and the rise of hacktivism is coming to picture. There are many people who are, I don't know whether they are jobless or oriented to some what thought process. Their main intention is to attack the computers, attack the networks, and then try to spoil the data, instill new data into it, or whatever logic they are believing it to be correct. They try to put forward those such data into the systems, to different systems all over the net. They are trying to even attack the government systems, or they are trying to attack the advertise in different organizations, questioning their orientation, and they will try to propagate their logic whether it is good or bad, they try to propagate their logic. So that is being done online. So that is called hacktivism, which is not desired, which is not desired. So we cannot say, or we cannot tell them to stop, because any case they'll be doing this. All that we need to learn is how to overcome, or how to face it, how to protect our data. See, all these things are happening, we cannot avoid them, but we need to protect our data. So this is another challenge. You are fighting against intelligent people. These people who do hacking and all, no, they are very intelligent people, most intelligent, I can say. So you have to protect your data from the intelligent robbers or thieves or destroyers. Coming to adoption of cloud and mobile technology, yeah, now we are all talking about various clouds. Okay, why do we need cloud? It is because everywhere you cannot have a supercomputer or a large servers. When you are using any apps, you should be able to use that app and the opportunities or the various options it provides. But at the same time, it should be done in a low cost way. So what generally is done is huge servers will be placed remotely, and programs will be running on it. You just have to send the data, get the result out of it. So cloud is a reality now, and mobile technology also use cloud facilities. The computers also can be connected to the cloud via all wireless methods or internet methods, whatever. So what is happening when the data is being sent from your systems to the cloud and taken from cloud to back to your system? There can be interference. There can be um, interference from external sources. Your data can be affected. So you should be taking care of how, which format you have to send the data, how it can be protected from the hackers or phishing people or whatever. You should be able to protect your data as the data is traveling from your system onto the cloud and back to your back to the receiving end. So these are new technologies. As the new technologies come into picture, greater challenges also come into picture. And wherever possible, you should avoid using outdated technology, because it is easy to an attack older system, because even whatever robbers or thieves or destroyers, they learn the systems very quickly, and they try to overcome or attack older technology quickly. And you cannot mix older systems with the newer systems and things like that. So you should be avoiding having older systems and older technology combined with the newer technology equipments in your telehealth setup. You should avoid older technology devices. Coming to healthcare data threats, the different types, we will look into it. What is phishing? What is phishing? It is a method where the uh, person who is involving in spoiling the data, he will try to create a kind of what original setup. He will try to fool the people. He will try to fool the people by sending emails which look like real or true. For example, every day I keep getting messages from emails from some banks, and they are not exactly true banks where I have um, my account. They just keep sending, oh, so much money has been added to your account, so much money has been deducted. Some emails keep coming, and if I believe that those emails are correct, and if I click on something, they will try to attack my system with all the software, and then my data will be corrupted, my data can be robbed, my data can be destroyed. So phishing can be done in different ways, by sending emails, by sending SMSs, and then by sending WhatsApp messages, whatever way they, with links. If you said, if they are sending WhatsApp messages with some links, then phishing can occur. So you should be careful. These are all the methods where the data can be affected. Coming to ransomware attack. In ransomware attack, what generally is done is the the person who is involved in this act will try to keep hold of your software or your data by doing encryption of it. Okay, and then they will demand money for doing decryption. Data is yours, but it is not being useful now because it is encrypted. If you want to use it, it has to be decrypted, but they will demand money if it has to be decrypted. That is ransomware attacks. So something like kidnapping a person, it's like that. So if you want to be released, you have to pay some amount to them. In the same way here, data is yours, system is yours. From some online location, these fellows will encrypt the data and makes it not useful to you. And if you want to use that, they will demand money. You have to pay them some method. Okay, so that is ransomware attacks. And then data breaches, the leakage of information. Data breaches are very serious crimes. People are doing it. They will attack various systems, including telehealth system. It's general. I'm talking about data threats. So various systems will be attacked remotely. They will try to attack your system by different methods, and then try to leak your data. That means your data is no more private. Your data is no more private. It can be accessible by XYZ, even from remote places, and they will try to threaten. They will try to threaten also that by saying the data is lost, or it will be made public. Something like that can happen. So that's about data breaches. These are all severe, serious crimes. Intelligent fellows are involved in doing such crimes purposefully. It's not by chance it happens. Purposefully they are doing it, and trying to spoil the network what is supplying the data to different locations. So next, you have similar DDoS attack. So here the services will be affected. The services will be affected. So the direct attack will be there, and all the services will be affected, and the loss of information will take place. So we should be aware of all these things. We cannot be saying that no, this will not occur. This type of things we should not have in our mind. So in distributed denial of service, a cyber crime, it is also a cyber crime, and a person will be sending floods of information, floods of emails, and they will spoil the servers by email or whatever mechanism. They will send at a time floods of information, and they'll spoil the system. It cannot, the servers cannot handle that type of data at a time, and it will get spoiled. So if you see recent wars, where Israel had Iron Dome, but when the other people, the opposite people, when they started sending at a time missiles, what happened? The Iron Dome, to certain extent, failed. It could not react to whole lot of missiles coming at a time. Similarly, in a case of DDoS, a distributed denial of service attack, what happened? Multiple emails, a flood of emails, a flood of data will come and attack the system and the servers, and it will go down, and data will be lost. Whatever is already there will lost, and the services, the server, whatever was it being provided, no, the services will get affected. Cannot do exchange of information as it was doing earlier. Servers will go into breakdown condition. Please, next slide. Okay. Coming to how we can protect healthcare data. That is very, very important. How to protect? Oh, yes, we have to use data encryption method. That means even if the person get access to that is the hacker or somebody who is wanting to catch hold of our data, even if he gets our data, he should not be able to know what it is. So when we do encryption, we can protect our data that way. So there are various standard methods. AICTE method is being used, standard method with a different keys, standard keys. So the data will be covered. Encrypted means it will be added with some keys, and then it will be converted into another format, and it will be sent. And in the receiver, the person having a key only can decrypt, and nobody else can decrypt, and only then that person can get the original data. So here again, how the key is generated by random generators, the key will be generated, and there again protection is made, or protection is provided. There are different methods of key generation, all that are again new research areas, and the data is being protected by using encryption method. This is a necessity. Encryption is a necessity. And then antivirus softwares, all of us are aware of antivirus softwares. So it is a must. If your systems have to be protected, you have to make use of various antivirus apps. There are many in the market, all of us know. You have to make use of antivirus apps to protect your systems. And then coming to system monitoring apps, your system should be monitored, its health should be monitored. When I say monitor, systems health also should be monitored. Systems health means how it is, whether it is having any kind of issue, whether it is able to work properly, whether it has become slow. All these things should be checked now and then, so that see, before a system goes down, no, whether when the system is attacked by any virus and all that, there may not be initially any signs and symptoms. In some cases, some advertisements keeps popping up. In some cases, mm, um, some exe files will be visible. In some cases, the system will go slow. It will not run as usual. So if a person who is using active, mm, the systems, computer systems, or any other recording systems, you should be monitoring and try to know whether the systems are in good health or not. Then the proper care can be taken, and whatever later problem that can happen can be stopped in the beginning itself. And enabling multi-factor authentication. What is multi-factor authentication? All of us are aware of it. If we have used, if we are trying to use or open email in multiple devices, this Google asks whether it is you. Like it will send message to your mobile. It will ask whether you are trying to use your email in some other device. Unless and until you say yes, it will not allow you to open in another device. So multi-factor authentication happens in 2 or 3 levels. Like how in your bank, if you are trying to use or do net banking, although you have passwords, then again OTP will come. Unless you give the right OTP, your bank account cannot be used or made use for transactions. So multi-factor authentication should be implemented whenever you need to operate your systems which are storing health records. And ransomware protection. Yeah, ransomware, as I told you, people, I mean, the hackers or whoever it is, they can encrypt your system and then demand money and to decrypt and all that. No, even for that, protection softwares will be available that you should need to use so that the systems are safe and the records are safe. Then employees should be properly trained. They cannot be ignorant, saying that we didn't know, we don't know, and you cannot use employees like that. If they are not knowing, they should be trained. Otherwise, it will lead to a lot of problems which cannot be solved later. Please go for the next slide. Next slide, please. Yeah. So here now, to solve these type of problems, there is a kind of Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, HIPAA, implemented, where healthcare systems, that is healthcare people and insurance people should uh, comply. That means they need to follow this. Whenever data is being exchanged, they have to follow this type of this instructions given by this act. It also details how healthcare providers need to control who sees sensitive patient data. Everybody cannot see a particular person's data. So utmost care is taken in order to keep the data very private. Recently, when Princess of Wales was affected with cancer, many people were wondering what happened, what happened, what happened. Till today, it is not given to the media or any nobody knows outside what exactly which cancer she has, because that problem is hers, and it is very personal and it is very private. Nobody needs to know. She is dealing with it, and then the healthcare people are providing service to her. So it's only between those two people. No, none of the other people are bound to know about it. So it's very private, and therefore HIPAA deals with all this type of conditions. If either healthcare people or the insurance people or whoever divulges this type of sensitive information, they are bound to be penalized. Then PHI, that is patient health information. This also should be very, it is regarded as very private, and then it should be protected. It needs protection. Like how your bank account needs protection, the information storing your bank account, same way your health record that is very private should needs um, very much care to be kept, or where it needs care to be protected. So here, multiple things this act will look into it. That is access control. That means who can access, who can have the access to these records. It will tell only these people can access a patient's record. And then what type of encryption, whether it is encrypted or not. This it has to be encrypted. There is no choice. It has to be encrypted. So whether it is encrypted properly or not, that can be questioned. And if at all, if there is any breach that happens, that means if data is being accessed by anybody who is not involved in this process of being the patient being treated or cared for, if there is any kind of breach, immediately it has to be notified. So if these type of cares are not taken care, then they are penalized. So this is a act that is to be followed by everybody all over the world. It has to be followed. Next, please. So we have a term called GDPR. What is GDPR? General Data Protection Data Regulation. Okay, so this is a law, enacted for protection of patients in the EU, European Union. You may say it is in European Union. Will it bother us? Yes, it will bother us. Why? Because in your telehealth, some equipment may be manufactured abroad. Some equipment may be manufactured within the country. So these standards, directly or indirectly, will apply for everybody. So you need to be aware of these laws and acts which are going to be used, or which will be applying to this telehealth equipment. So in this GDPR, the points involved are consent-based data usage. A patient has to give, consent whether data can be shared to a so and so person. Without his consent, it cannot be shared. And then, who will have the right to access and delete the data? Mandatory breach reporting. Compulsorily, any data loss or any data being shared has to be reported. And then non-compliance can lead to heavy penalties. It's not taken lightly. It can lead to heavy penalties. You should know, in abroad, small things will fetch heavy penalties. Even if Adobe doesn't return laundry clothes, like suit or something, dress, if it is not delivered in given time, they will put lawsuits, and it will run into lakhs of dollars also. So when you are considering this type of penalties, it will run into huge amount. So we should be aware of what are the rules and regulations that come into picture when we are dealing with telehealth. Next, please. And again, we have ISO, IEC standards. So ISO standards are generally for everything, whatever hardware, whatever objects or material are being made. Generally, standards are there. Okay, but here we are considering information security management. Okay, so this ISO IEC 27001 looks into information security management, how the information is being taken care of, how it should be taken care of. These standards are prescribed in this 27001 ISO standard. Likewise, specifically for health informatics security, we have ISO 27799. And when we follow these standards, the chances of getting into any kind of problem will be nil or reduced, greatly reduced, and it will be nil unless and until some new technology comes into picture, and the data loss can happen by mischievous people. So if you follow the standards, then your systems will be safe. We have International Electrotechnical Commission giving various safety rules. We have International Telecommunication Union with regard to wireless networks and all this. They will give rules, what to be maintained, how to be maintained, things like that. So we need to come under, we need to follow these standards. This IEC will look into the hardware standards. ITU will look into the wireless networks and the telecommunication part of it. So all these standards we need to follow. Please go for the next slide. So when you come to standards, there are different levels. Regional standards, national level standards, local standards. Likewise, you have different standards. So within different areas, like you have European Union member states coming under one standard, and then you have in Canada itself some particular standard, and then you have, I mean, in America some standard, in Japan some standard. See, all these standards are good, in the sense it may vary in intensity, or it may vary with regard to their local systems, but we need to be aware of what system is followed where, and what standard we need to comply with when we are using those particular equipments and those particular devices. So we should be aware of all these standards. So regional standards example are those corresponding with EU member states. Then we have CEN, which is for European Committee for Standardization, and CENELEC for European Committee for Electrotechnical Standardization. All these are related to telecommunication fields. The second one. Okay. Next, please. So in case of national standards, we have High-Tech Act followed in US, and FIPEDA Act followed in Canada. So where the government prescribes certain things that those people should follow when their products are being made. Next, please. Then we have something called group standards, where the standards are being followed by certain industries. You know, if you take care of health sector, there are different equipments that come into picture. You have X-ray machines, you have cancer treatment machines, you have BP measurement equipments. So many different variety of equipments come into picture. So all these things need separate standards, you know, to be taken care of. I mean, they need to comply with certain standards. So this group standards come into picture there. And if the same equipment can be made by different companies, then they have to comply with this standard. Okay. So one equipment can be made by different companies. So all these companies should follow this standards. So the group standards are important when any company can start, when any company starts making a product. So entrepreneurs who are making health equipments, they need to be aware of these standards. Next, please. So this diagram has different, standards put in a graphical way. You have basic standard methods, and then group safety standards, and then product safety standards. So you please you can go through, and wherever it is required, at whichever level a product is being made, setup is being made, these standards need to be followed. Otherwise, nobody will buy your product. Nobody will buy your product, and it will go waste. That is also important. As entrepreneurs, you need to be aware of all these standards that come into picture. And whenever you are buying some equipment also, you need to check whether this is following these standards or not. Otherwise, again, you will be landing up in problem. So whether you are going to buy or whether you are going to make a new product, you need to be aware of all these standards. Next slide, please. So we have something called HTTPS. What is this HTTPS? So it is like hypertext protocol secure. Most of our communication nowadays is happening through internet, and as you know, internet connects multiple networks in this world, and anywhere anything happens, the whole net will be affected, and data can be breached, data can be lost. So it's very important that when you are sending health records, you need to secure the path. When the data is traveling, the path should be secured. So you need to have this standard implemented, hypertext transfer protocol secure implemented when you are sending this data through a particular path. So whenever you are using HTTPS, if you observe your browser, in the URL you will see the lock symbol. So if you see the lock symbol, it means that that path or that network is safe. When you are sending that data, your data goes via safe path. That is what HTTPS does. So it takes proper care by using proper encryption and all that, and your data is as safe as your credit card information or anything else as such. So your billing addresses, everything will be kept secured if you are using HTTPS, because it has improved um, a facility provided for security. So whenever you are trying to send your healthcare records, you should be aware of this facility, and you should look for the safety indication by going for HTTPS method rather than just going for HTTP method. And there are many attacks that can happen, middle attacks that can happen if you don't follow this. So it will reduce HTTPS, reduce great risk of this middle attacks, and then it will try to protect your data as it travels from one end to the other end. So when we are careful about our credit card or our account information, same way we should be careful about when we are transmitting healthcare data, and we should make use of this HTTPS standard, what is available for uh, transferring our data by text method or whatever. Next, please, slide, please. Yes. So if we use or if we implement best practices, then we can avoid. See, one thing is when the problem occurs, how to face it is one thing. If we take care, many cases the problem can be avoided. So the steps what we take care to avoid the problem of data being breached or data being lost or data being destroyed or getting attacked by the enemies, or data being lost by in a destruction of the system. We need to take care. If we take care, a lot of things can be avoided. So it's better to avoid rather than face it, right? So instead of merely responding to threats as they arise, it's better to be proactive and defend your organizations from attackers. So you can create an environment by making sure your patient records are all safe. So allow only few people who are authorized to have access to the patient data. All Tom, Dick, and Harry should not be allowed to access the data. And patient data only is used for authorized purpose. For what it is required, only it should be allowed to be used, not for any other purpose. So you take care of the data as if it is a bank account or bank account details. So if you take care of data in such a way, then your telehealth system will be very secure, and you can make it a very successful way of monitoring health also in the future. Next, please. So how you can take steps, or what are the different ways if any data breach happens? This is in case of data breach. Suddenly you come to know your the data has been lost or leaked to somebody else, XYZ. So what you have to do? You have to start have your own incident response plan. See, suddenly if you come to know your system hanged out, so what you'll do? So you need to have a kind of incident response plan. That means should have some kind of backup. You should have stored that in some other system also. One system fails, you'll have another backup plan. So you need to plan, like, what if this thing happens? Okay. So based on that, you'll be able to get things set right, even if some problem occurs. And if you have a network of systems, if problem occurs in one system, one point, you should be able to remove that system out of the network and set right the things, so that the entire system will not be stopped from functioning. Your services should not get affected. Because the monitoring of the data, health records, should be continuous process. It's not that it can happen once in a while. No, it can be continuous case monitoring in some critical cases. So it should not stop. So if any problem occurs, there should be a kind of a substitute for it, or you should be able to run the function even if some breach happens. So you should have a response plan chalked out, well planned, and it should be in records how to do what, and the people should be aware. Okay, people should be made aware of what to do when any kind of breach of data happens. And then whenever you're dealing with health records, you should have evidences. And evidences, when you get the data, when you store the data, and for every step you need to have evidence. That means who is handling this data? Who is that? So record it. So any breach happens, you'll be able to know who is the culprit, where it has happened. So evidences to be recorded, especially in telehealth, at different levels, at the doctor level, or the maintenance people level, or at the transmitting level, or at the receiving level. Evidences should be maintained, so that the system becomes very safe and protected. And then when the breach of data happens, immediately it should be contained. That means it should be stopped. In one place, the data is getting leaked through one system. Stop that system and see that your other part of the network is safe. Don't allow the entire network to be affected by that. Immediately when you come to know when one part of the system is affected, get that system out of the net and see that your entire network is safe and protected. So acting when the problem occurs is very important. How you react to a problem, how you face the situation is very important. You can't let go the whole system to be lost, because the treatment of people is very important. You can't let go these things to happen. Lives are at stake. Next slide, please. And then that's what incident response management should start once you come to know the breach of data. So there may be multiple people involved, multiple tasks that are involved. So each and every person should take care of it and start working on it and see that the damages are controlled. Yes, the damage has occurred, but you should control it, should take care. So you have to fix problems, knowing where it has happened, how it has happened. You should be able to fix the problems quickly. Of course, here the people involved should be trained. So that comes under incident response management. Next, please. So here, hitherto I dealt with everything general with regard to data. Here I am discussing cyber security. When you are involving, network, wireless network, or internet, all these things, what are the type of threats that can come into picture? This is a wider area. The data security is part of this cyber security. So what are the problems that can come into picture? All of us may be already aware of it. Just brushing up. You have malware, which are coming into picture. What is this malware? The one which is not required, the softwares which are not required, which will just destroy, or it will change the meaning of your data. If it comes into picture, or if it tries to get mixed up with your data, then your entire data will be lost. Malware, and it is not just happening by accident, it is purposefully being sent by people who are involved in this trade. So my example for malware virus, I mean, there are many things like, Trojans and all that. All these things are, combinations. So you have virus, all of us know it's a software which will come, get attached to any of the files, and then it will multiply. When once you download that, it will multiply and spread out in your system. And then your whole system will be affected. Unless and until the system is protected by antivirus software, your system will be affected by this virus. So, and then you have Trojan horses, where the system will get affected by softwares which will take control of the system, and you have spyware, where the people will send softwares to just monitor or to keep in keep in touch, or in other words, try to know what is being done in your system. Spyware. So they'll try to monitor what is happening, what data is being recorded, how it is recorded, where you're storing. All this being will be monitored by sending software into your systems. So that is called spyware. And then again, as I already told, ransomware is one which will encrypt your data, and then it will create problem. They will create problem, and then they'll demand money to decrypt. Then adware, all of us are aware very much, because these advertisements keep cropping up whenever we open the system. If it is affected by the softwares, that is called adware. The advertisements keep propping up entire on the screen, and it will cause a lot of what nuisance when we are observing that. Not only that, in the background, those softwares will affect your system. It will work behind, and then it will try to gather the data from your system. It will leak your data to other people online. All these things happen in the background. You will only see some advertisements popping up on the screen. And then you have botnets, which are intelligent nets, which will try to gather information and try to send over different nets. So one thing what you should know is how much technology is improving. In the same way, the robbers or thefts also are happening. Robbers also are very intelligent, and the problem creators are also very intelligent. Why they are doing all these things, you don't have to worry, but it's happening. So only thing what you can do is you need to protect your system. Next slide, please. So phishing, as I told already, you are sending, the people involved keep sending emails or SMSs and try to create a problem. Whenever you click on the links provided, they will try to hack your systems and try to gather the data. So then they will try to send emails which are not required. You should be able to identify. They'll be just sending general greetings like dear customer, things like that. So you should be able to identify that this is not a required email. This some from phishing source. So you should protect your systems from such phishing sources. Then SQL injection here, the softwares from external sources can come and sit in your databases and cause confusion. I mean, the databases will be affected. Whatever data is stored in whichever format, the entire database can be affected by the injection of SQL software. Then man in middle attacks. What is this man in middle attacks? Means say X is communicating with Y. This Z will try to interfere in between, and he will try to gather what X is communicating with Y. So man in middle attacks will try to gather information between two people or 2 points of communication. So we should, these are the threats that are happening on the cyber networks. And then denial of service attacks. So if a particular, suppose railway source, railway ticket issuing system, if it is attacked, no more it can provide service. So it will be held from providing service. So likewise, you must, if you study the case studies, whatever I have given in the successive links, you'll come to know that in Ukraine, power grid was attacked. So if it is attacked, no, it will not be able to function to provide the regular service what it was providing. So that will cause a lot of inconvenience. Likewise, your health networks, if it is attacked, it will not be able to function and it will not be able to provide a service to the people. So you should be aware of this type of attacks, denial of service attacks, and other attacks also. And it takes proper care. So in the global arena, what we see is three big divisions. You have cybercrime coming into picture, where individual or group targets organizations to cause disruption for financial gains or for any other gain of their own. Here, it's a crime, defined crime, and they are going to commit. So a group of people may be involved or an individual may be involved, and they will try to attack the entire system or organizations and create problems. Suddenly one day some airlines were cancelled. Their entire airline system was stopped, and many flights got cancelled. They didn't reveal what exactly happened, but such type of things can happen. Cyber crimes comes under cyber crime, and cyber attacks. Here, criminal targets a computer or corporate system. They aim to destroy or steal data and damage to your network. So here, for some political reason or some motivated reason, here a cyber attack can happen, and they will not only affect one computer or multiple computers of one office, it will also spoil the entire organization. Entire organization can be attacked with this cyber attack, and the entire system, that means suppose if it is a bank system, entire banking system can be affected. Suppose it is an airline system, entire airline system can be affected by this such attack. It's a very big attacks that can happen by these methods. And cyber terrorism, it's again another this thing where the effect is even more. Attacks here, electronic systems are attacked, and mass panic or fear will be spread out. This usually happens during war times, where the entire cyber attack will be taking place. That means complete internet will be affected, and of a particular region, of a particular country, and people will not be able to do anything. And it all of you know that if the net fails, then you can't do anything. How do you send your valuable health records to a doctor? How you will be able to claim your insurance policies or whatever it is? It's not going to happen, and a health system will fail. That is also thing you need to remember or take care. Next. So here, best practices, what we need to follow when you are expecting such cyber attacks. Like all the time, you should be able to back up your data, so that if one copy of it is lost, you still have to have another copy of it. And then, as I told you, multi-factor authentication is required even here. And employees should be educated, trained properly how to handle such type of attacks. They should not panic, but they should take proper care. And even if such attack happens, they should know how to um, face it and how to overcome the problem quickly. Next, please. Next slide, please. Yeah. This a picture which I gathered from the net, and the source I have given in the reference. So here, this shows the measures what can be taken. And since I'm not able to see that in the small screen, preventive measures, it's graphically shown in a nice way here. And how to overcome or how to solve whenever a problem occurs, we need to be aware. And basically all the preventive measures are listed in this fashion here. Secure communication protocols you need to use, that is like TLS and SLS protocols. TLS and SLS protocols are used in the transport layer, and also socket to socket communication. Secured sockets are to be used. So you need to encrypt the data, implement the data loss measures, use VPNs, firewalls, use the latest technologies, don't go for the old technologies, and have a contingency plan how to face any situation, and implement best practices. And if you are using teleconferencing, secure that, so that you are not exposing or allowing any other person into your teleconference without your knowledge. And regularly audit systems whether they are performing well or not. Check the speed of it, and restrict the access to the patient data. Then use strong passwords. Don't use that which can be detected, and don't use the same password for multiple places. And keep software update. And then train employees. Have a contingency plan. Have a contingency plan, like what to be followed when. All these things, if you take care, major problems of data security can be avoided. Next slide, please. Here, I've given two links for case studies. Um, uh, Compilation has been done by university people and also one private company. Please go through these case studies. Already happened once, are there, and how to overcome is given in the first, and the second one, real case studies are given. Please go through the slides when you get the time. So it is interesting case studies where huge amounts of loss happened just by cyber attacks or cyber data loss. And then these are the references. Mostly all of these are internet links that I have looked into. And also there are some textbooks for data security. So you please can go through that if you want more information. And the standards also are given in the for third link. Of course, in ISO.org, you will have standards given in that particular link. So difficult to load that. So I looked into contact.com for various standards. And of course, you will get more information on HIPAA in the fourth link. And real world cases are given in the fifth link. And this one paper is being given in the sixth link, where a lot of opinions are being given what proper measures are to be taken for in telehealth arena. So that's about all this data security and how to and the various standards that are available to maintain proper secure method of sending and receiving health records by tele method. Thanks for giving this opportunity to me. If you have any questions, I will take if time permits. Otherwise,
Yeah, participants, do
Uh,
you have any questions? Yeah, please.
yeah, my name is Shilpa.
yes, ma'am.
Yeah, sir, you have discussed regarding the ISO standards and what and all the types of standards we are available, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so that standards are like, so we need to follow the standards, whether it is
Yes.
freely available, that all the rules and standards to implement, or we need to pay for it.
No, standards are the ones which need to be followed when a product is being made. Like how, for example, if you are making a LAN network, you have to follow IEEE standard, right? So it tells these many lines should be provided. These are the input lines. These are the output lines. This particular standard is fixed. So accordingly, the LAN connection will be made so that any computer can be connected to any other computer or any other device using that LAN connection. Likewise, if you are making any product which are being used in telehealth system, if you follow these standards, you can have connection between other equipments that are available. Otherwise, your device will be used by only yourself. You cannot connect to the system, the entire system. So always you should follow standards so that it can be used. Like for example, if you make a product, you should be able to export that also to some other country. Okay, so you need to look into the standards, world standards, what are being followed, and take care of it.
Okay. So that data, I'm asking with respect to the data, that data
Yeah,
can be
everything is available. Everything is available, and it needs to be followed.
it is free source.
Yes, free source.
Okay. So one more thing I just forgot to ask. So it was very nice session, sir. So a lot of informations. We gain knowledge with respect to the things. So you told that there will be a data breaches or data breaches will happen in devices or something. Patient data may be breached. So how it is recognized? Any relevant case to that?
Case study, yeah, please go through the case study what I've given in the links. Data breach can happen means you think your data is available only in your computer, but somebody else will have the copy of it. How did they get? By sending malware into your system. And how did you get that malware into your system? Through internet. Okay, you think that your system is safe, but your whatever data you have it in only your system, it will be also available with some XYZ. Unless they send some information to you that they are having copy of it, you will not know.
Okay. So any software related to the detection of this data breach?
Yeah, there may be softwares. Uh, I'm not aware of it right now. So you just have to look into it because technically finding whether the data breach has happened will be known only through some feedback what we get in the network. Maybe you get the copy of it in another place. So technically the software should be made like as I said, no, the proper measures should be taken. So in the such a thing, it is all ongoing research, every time whenever a problem occurs, there are solutions provided. Like when COVID broke out, immediately the anti-COVID vaccines were started appearing in the market, but it takes quite a lot of time to develop that, but they had already started making it. So likewise, for this technical problems also, for every problem, research will be ongoing and they'll come up with solutions. It not be only one solution. and it may be multiple solutions. So I just have to look into it.
Okay, sir. Okay, no problem. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, yeah, ma'am, one candidate posted the question in the chat. So
Yes, sir.
Dr. SK, why people choose cloud? It is safe. I think so. His question is it safe to choose the people in the cloud?
Yeah, cloud is a necessity now. It is not a choice. It is a necessity now. But you need to see that your data which goes into cloud, comes from the cloud is safer by following proper encryption methods.
And one more question, madam. If it is possible to transfer data using Zigbee, LoRa data transfer is safe. How?
Zigbee is only limited. I mean, it is having only limited area of reception. It's only few meters. I believe it is only 50 meters. So if you are confining your healthcare system to only 50 meters or so, and if you are not worried about who is going to access it, it should be safe. But I don't think it is safe. I don't think it is safe completely, unless you see the what do you say, the format. I can't assure that it is safe.
So for
You
this
need
one,
to
I'm
have
confirming.
you need to have encrypted data. If you have encrypted data, you can send it by Zigbee or any other method. Don't worry about the method you use to send the data and receive the data. As long as your data itself is encrypted, you don't worry about it.
Sorry, for this I am going to add LoRa network. They are asking. So LoRa gateways and there are separate devices are required. And you want to access the cloud again, you have to migrate with of the Wi-Fi. So you need to interface with of separate gateways. So outdoor gateways and indoor gateways you have to create, and you have to migrate with Wi-Fi. So there again, the data transfer protocols come into the picture and secure for. So firewalls will be like of our internet firewall secure. So
Yes.
as you said, right, ma'am, Zigbee is a separate network. So that is the short distance purpose we are using. Again, for the Zigbee also there is some protocol standards are there. If you follow that, the data will be secure.
Yeah, your initial data you should encrypt. So whether you are sending through any network, you don't worry about it. As long as your data, what you are sending is encrypted, and the key is with the receiving end person, don't worry about which way it is traveling. All that, even if somebody gets your data, no, all that he gets is ones and zeros. He doesn't know what is in it.
Yes.
That is what.
Yeah. So I think the questions are over, madam. Thank you, ma'am, Mamta ma'am, for giving
Thank you, sir. Thank you,
insightful
Dr. AZIZ,
inputs
sir,
for
for
all the
this
participants.
nice opportunity.
Thank you.
So
Thank
much.
you. Good night.
Good night, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you all participants for quiet listening and enjoying.
So dear participants, tomorrow the program is starting from 2 p.m. onwards. So and the detailed program schedule and the meeting link I will share by tomorrow morning. So 2 o'clock to 3 sessions and the validity session is there. So and I will share the questions for the, so 30 questions we will conduct as a assessment. So regarding what the, since 5 days what the sessions are happened. So with that we are conducting 30 multiple choice questions. So that link also we can share. So and the attendance will be given in our ATAL FDP up to yesterday. Now today and so tomorrow attendance we will post by as soon as possible. So after this posting of attendance and the test marks, you will get the certificate. And at that time only you can get the enable of feedback for the each session. So directly in our portal you can give your feedback. Thank you all.
Sir, please send me a screenshot of the system.
Yeah.
Sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.